What's up internet? I'm Mandy here and you're watching AMG Productions. And this video is super late. I know I said I was going to try and get this video posted before Friday, but clearly that didn't happen. So you guys get me making a video at the ass crack of dawn on a Saturday. It's Valentine's Day, February 14th, and I'm super single. So I'm making a Netflix horror review. I'm gonna go watch more horror movies after this. To finish off my Amber Heard week, here is my review for All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, starring Amber Heard, directed by Jonathan Levine, came out in 2006. It's rated on Netflix, it's rated R, and its runtime is 91 minutes. The movie starts out with Mandy on her first day of her junior year walking through the hallway. It's kind of slow motion, she's all flipping her hair back and forth. She's very attractive. I mean, come on, it's Amber Heard. She's walking down the hall and people are looking at her and she's pretty much just ignoring them. She walks up to her friend Emmett, who's sitting on the ground, played by Michael Welch. So they walk out together and then all of a sudden a truck pulls up, these people in it. Mandy gets invited to a party and she invites Emmett. Then it goes to the party at this guy's house. It's a pool party, everyone's in the pool, Mandy's all clearly uncomfortable. There's a guy hitting on her, yada yada yada. Keeps commenting about how attractive she's gotten and she's clearly not interested. You know, your average high school party. Anyway, so Emmett basically shot with a water gun to get him away from Mandy, and so he tackles him into the water and is basically about to drown him when Mandy tells him to stop. So Emmett goes up on the roof with a bottle of vodka. Dylan, the guy that tried to drown him, basically comes up and is like, oh dude, I'm not gonna hurt you, I'm not gonna hurt you, yada yada yada. A lot of insults thrown around, and then eventually Emmett convinces Dylan that the only way to impress Mandy is to take his drunken ass and jump from the roof into the pool. He's like, yeah, we'll do it together. So Dylan jumps, Emmett doesn't, and long story short, Dylan smacks his head on the side of the pool and dies. Like I said in my last review, every horror movie has that scene in the beginning where someone dies. Sorry, Dylan. You were attractive. You were also kind of a dick. Sorry, not sorry. And so then fast forward to the end of their junior year, what you gather is that Mandy is no longer friends with Emmett. She is now considered super attractive and worthy of hanging out with the popular kids, who are also dicks. Like, honestly, watching this movie, I'd probably want to hang out with these people for like 10 minutes because they're just kind of assholes. They're assholes to each other. The guy says ranch and he invites Mandy Lane to go with them to the ranch for the weekend. And so she says yes, and there's a ranch in there named Garth, who the girls continuously refer to as the hot cowboy. The entire movie, the two girls are trying to get into the guy's pants, the guy to get into Mandy Lane's pants, and Mandy Lane basically just wondering why the hell she came the entire time. You see boobs in this movie. So yeah. It's not Amber Heard's, but you see boobs. You could literally retitle this movie Sex, Drugs, and Psychopaths, and it would fit pretty well. There's no, like, secret of who the killer is. There's a plot twist that you entirely don't see coming. Every movie's gotta have the plot twist. This movie is a good one. I personally saw it coming, but I had some insight beforehand, so I'm not gonna tell you anything about this movie. If you've seen this movie and you know what I'm talking about, don't comment and ruin for everyone else. No one likes the asshole that ruins the movie for everyone else. Don't make me disable comments. All I'm saying. The total body count for this movie was 7. The jump scare count was 9. Because before I continue, I'd just like to say, one thing about this movie that applies to a lot of horror movies is that, I'm sorry, I don't care where I am. I don't care who I'm with. Someone tells me there's a guy out there covered in blood, I'm taking off. I don't care how much they've had to drink. I don't care how much drugs they've had. I don't care what they're on. I don't care. I don't care. If you were to tell me that you saw someone outside a window, okay, covered in blood, and then disappearing, I'm hopping aboard the Nope train to screw that bill, okay? I don't care if I hate this person. I don't care if they hate me. If you were to say, oh my god, there's a man out there covered in blood, I'm running, okay? Honest, I'm running. There's no reasoning with me. I'm going to steal your car keys and get the hell out of Dodge, whether you want to come or not, honestly. You want to get murdered by a psychopath? That's your choice. I can't tell you what to do, but also can't tell me what to do. So, I don't know how much blow they did. I don't care. If you tell me there's a serial killer outside, or even allude to the possibility of the fact, I'm taking off. If you slash the tires, I'm locking in the doors. We're not gonna go hang out outside. No. In every horror movie, it's usually the stoner that realizes that something is freaking wrong. Listen to the stoner. They're usually right. Back on track. So the nudity in this movie, you see boobs. you see boobs. And there's also a locker scene where you see them in their underwear, and there's a scene at the water where you don't really see much, you just kind of see them in their underwear as well. There's a lot of people in their underwear in this movie, but yeah, the only time you see boobs is when Chloe is pissed off and storms up and just like rips off her plastic rubber booby thing, and then her boobs, and then she goes and stands out the window with her boobs hanging out. She sees Garth, the ranch hand, down below, and she's like looking at him, expecting him to do something about it. And he looks at her, and she gets pissed off because he doesn't want to screw her right then and there. So I love the values of this movie. So the scary rating, I give it an 8 because I always give an extra rating number. I always rate serial killer movies a little higher because I do think they're actually scarier than paranormal movies and supernatural movies, because serial killers and psychopaths are real. Unlike ghosts and vampires and all that, there's no definitive proof or anything that that's real. The chances of it happening are a lot slimmer than the chances of a psychopath killing you, because psychopaths are real, they look like everyone else, and there's proof. There's definitive proof about it. So like I said, this movie's about an 8. Gore is not too bad, but someone does get shot, someone with their eyes cut. If you have an issue with drugs, don't watch this movie. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of drugs and drinking, and underage drinking in this couldn't But you're watching a horror movie, so I'm gonna assume you don't really care. So if you're like 12, don't watch this movie, I guess. Quote of the movie. I really couldn't find that many good quotes for this movie. There's a lot of good lines, but there's not really any definitive good quotes. So this review will not have a quote of the movie, unfortunately. So they'll go check out All the Boys Love Mandy Lane on Netflix. It's really good. That's pretty much it for this review. Next week, I will most likely be doing a Jeepers Creepers week. If you don't know what Jeepers Creepers is, what the Jeepers Creepers movies are, you will soon enough. Love them because they're terrifying. My short film that I had intended to film this weekend had to be put on hold yet again. Yay. So hopefully that'll be done before I graduate. That's it for this review. And like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And sleep tight.